Okay, welcome back. This is the second video in how to watermark our photos, or how we watermark our photos anyway. This is the more advanced video about how to get a more advanced watermark. In the previous video, what we did is just made a watermark that looks like this, copyright 2010, with some simple text. We did that by downloading a program called Fast Image Resizer for Java, and you can Google that and get Fast Image Resizer for Java from SourceForge. So that's just a quick recap of what we did in the previous video. You will need, for this video, you'll need Fast Image Resizer for Java. You will need images that you want to resize and watermark, and you'll need some sort of advanced image editing program such as Photoshop. This is Photoshop here. I don't know if you can see that because all you're looking at is a gray screen. Alright, so this is Photoshop here. We're just working in Photoshop CS3. It's what I have on this computer. Have not upgraded to CS4 or CS5. Alright, so what we're going to do is, instead of just having this neat little copyright 2010, we want to make it a little more advanced. Fast Image Resizer for Java allows you to put text in here, which is nice. You can change the color and do whatever, but if it shows up, if it's white text on a white background, sometimes it's harder to see. And so I don't know why that's not showing up now. But in any case, what we are going to do is make this a little more advanced by creating our own image, and then we'll use that overlay image here inside of Fast Image Resizer for Java. Alright, right now I've got something in here called English Tea Leaves because that's what I was working on prior to this video. But we're going to go in here, we're going to create a new image. And I know that I'm going to resize my images inside of Fast Image Resizer. I'm going to resize them to 550. The largest side will be 550. So I only want my watermark, let's say, to take up 1/5 of the page when it's horizontal, and it'll take up 1/3 to 1/2 of the page when it's a vertical picture. So what I want to do is go ahead and create an image that's about, let's say, 100 pixels, and maybe it's 60 pixels tall. And you'll just have to play with this again and see what works for your images. This is going to be rather small watermark, so I'm going to zoom in here just so I can work on it. But we're going to put text here, and add a text box, and then the text, that's going to be huge. I'm going to resize my font, and let's say I wanted to put something else in there. Cotopaxi 2010, the glaciers, awesome glaciers. Alright, so now I've got this text on the background, and I'm going to have to pull the layers over here so you can see them. Oops. I'll just move this over. So I've got this layer over here called Cotopaxi. That's the layer I'm currently working on this image. And if I double click on this layer, I can add a drop shadow to that, and that's going to add this gray black background behind. What I would like to do is, on the drop shadow, I'm going to change it to, because I've got a dark blue text, so I'm going to put a light white or light blue behind it. Something like that maybe. This is something you're going to have to play with just for your images and see what works for you. The distance I actually want to be 0, but I want it to be right behind to create that shadow effect right behind the text. So I'm not explaining this real well, but you'll see how this works, and then you can just follow what I've done or create your own based on just watching what I'm doing here. But you can get a good idea anyway of how to do this. Alright, so we've got the text behind, we've got some good look there, and we may even want to set the opacity of this whole, or opacity, I'm not sure how you say that, but of the whole thing to, like, let's say 90%. Alright, what we're going to do now, we've got our watermark, and you could play with this all day. You can put images in here, you can do all kinds of stuff, but we've got our watermark. So now what I want to do is go ahead and save this, and I'm going to save it as, you can either save it as a transparent GIF file, or you can save it as a PNG. I prefer to work in PNG files, so we're going to save it as PNG, but whatever you prefer is good. I've got this Pix to resize and watermark. I'm going to save this as Cotopaxi Watermark. Go ahead and click Save. Click OK. Go back over to Fast Image Resizer for Java. We're going to find the place that we had saved that image. So go to My Documents. There it is. Picks to Resize and Watermark. And inside of here now we've got this Cotopaxi Watermark. I'm going to go ahead and click Open. This is the Cotopaxi Watermark that we made. Now we may want to go back and edit this. One thing I did not do, which I should have done, is made the edges a little tighter. So we'll go ahead and save this again. Save as PNG. We'll just save it as Cotopaxi Watermark 2. Save. Okay, we're going to go ahead and save this as well as a PSD file so that we can work on it in the future if we want to. Because, well, anyway, if you're familiar with Photoshop, you're familiar with why we need to save it as a PSD and a PNG. Alright, we go back into Fast Image Resizer, change this and go to our settings, My Documents, Fix to Resize, and Watermark 2. There we go. Now it's more in the place where I would like it to be, in the bottom right hand corner. And I've got these files called Cotopaxi Ecuador. And then those are all of the settings that I want. I've got it set correctly, so I'm going to go ahead and click OK. Now when I go to resize the pictures, I've already resized them once into this watermarked folder. I'm going to go up back to this Fix to Resize and Watermark and create a Watermarks 2 folder so that I have both kinds of watermarks. And that one, there we go. Watermarked 2. Alright. Watermarked 2, I'm going to open and go ahead and click Save inside of Watermarked 2. This is going to go ahead and watermark those pictures, and so what we'll have is 2 sets of watermarked pictures. One will be watermarked just with text from the previous video, and then these will be watermarked with the image that we just created. And they may not look exactly right. We may have to go back and make our watermark bigger, or you may just have to play with it to make it look the way you want it to. But once you get a good watermark that's relative to the size of the images that you want to create, once you get the dimensions right, then you'll have a watermark that you can change for all of your pictures going forward. So we have one watermark that we modify depending on where we are, and so like this one here is the same watermark. We use it on multiple images. We just go back into the PSD file and then we change the text underneath depending on where we were when we took the pictures. Hopefully that makes sense. I can show you another example of that here when we were in Hoi An, Vietnam, and you can see it's the same watermark. We just changed it to Hoi An, Vietnam. Or if we go to here's one about taking Tricopa in Central America. I believe there's some pictures, yeah, from David to Paso Canoas. It's the same watermark, we just changed the text. So once we figured out our dimensions, we just used the same watermark over and over, just changed the text. Alright, we go back in here into the folder, and go up one level. We're going to go into our Watermarked 2 folder, and if we open up these images, we can see we've got this watermark down in the bottom right. It's pretty unobtrusive. I like a little bit brighter watermark, but in any case, someone can see where those images were taken just by looking at the image. So they're all watermarked. The system did all of the watermarking for us, and that was really a nice thing, because then we didn't have to go through and do them all one by one. I hope these 2 videos have been helpful for you in learning how to watermark photos. This has saved us a huge amount of time in watermarking all of our photos when we put them up on our website. And for more great travel tips and just a lot of different help, we give away things on our website and talk about a lot of things that we're doing all around the world. So if you would like to come and visit us, we would be more than welcome to accept you at www.carrieandjonathan.com. And thank you for continuing to come along as we travel the world.